welcome back to another episode of Caffeinated CX, where we talk about CX and other stuff. And other stuff being stuff like employee engagement, company culture, stuff like that. Very interesting stuff, boys and girls. Let's just dive right in. All right, so let's talk about some engagement shit. Okay, so first of all, this whole remote working, work from home, hybrid thing is pretty freaking awesome, if you ask me. No, I don't work from home. I mean, yeah, of course I do, but the majority of my time is spent in the office, and it's in my off time that I log in and make sure everything's working and pull reports and stuff like that. But this is an awesome time to be alive, and it's the one good thing to come out of COVID is that it pushed the technology and the mindset possible for this to happen forward about 5 years. So we didn't have to wait that long. We didn't have to wait until 2025, 2026 for offices, contact centers, all that jazz to go into the hybrid or work remote phase of life. And I know some people are having a really hard time managing their work from homes or their remote employees. And, well, I understand. I understand how frustrating it can be. I do. Not every employee is made to be able to work from home. Some employees need to be micromanaged. These employees, well, they're not employees long, are they? Because what happens when you start micromanaging someone? Because you need to. Yeah, they can do the job while you're there, holding their hand and walking them through every step of the way and doing coachings each day instead of the once a week or every other week that most people have. What's going to happen if you go on vacation? What's going to happen if you have to shift your attention elsewhere? Nothing. Nothing is going to happen. That's the answer. Nothing. Because they're so used to you holding their hand and you walking them through everything and helping them every step of the way that the second you do walk away, they're going to stop. And all production is going to stop, or their stats are going to sink, and that brings in a whole other can of worms now, don't it? Don't it? Anyway, so those people, probably not a good selection for work from home or hybrid model, right? You want the people who have the smarts, the attitude, the effort, the work ethic to be able to work more or less unsupervised. All you need to do is check in with them on Slack or on Discord or however you do it. I prefer and recommend Discord for this for a couple of reasons, which I'll get to in a minute. But you can see what they're doing through the day. We live in times where we can see what our employees are doing without standing over their shoulder. It's amazing. And maybe it's because I used to run a guild on World of Warcraft, and it's kind of sort of the same thing. And for those naysayers who are saying, you can't have a good company culture if you're not all in the same building, are stupid. If that was true, why were there very, very, very successful guilds in almost every single MMO that got stuff done? For a lot of people, World of Warcraft, EverQuest, stuff like that, Those were jobs. Now, they didn't get paid for these jobs, but they still put in enough hours. They still got all the right skills. They still had a culture, and it was done all over Guild Chat and Ventrilo or TeamSpeak, whichever one you chose. So don't give me that crap about you can't have a good company culture if you're remote, okay? Just don't. Just save it. Save it for someone who might actually believe your BS, because that ain't me. All right? So, now, Slack versus Discord. I prefer Discord, and the cool thing is, since I work in a contact center, I run a contact center, a lot of my employees are younger, and lo and behold, younger people use things. And one of those things is Discord. So the learning curve is small. So they already know how to use it. In fact, they can show the other people how to use it that might be a little unfamiliar with it. Although the differences between Discord and Slack are few and far between. In fact, the free version of Discord, and don't change this, allows you to see messages that were more than 10,000 messages ago. So that's why we switched, because I'm not paying for Slack. Sorry. Not yet. I only have a 50-seater. Okay? 50 to 100-seater. But still, not enough to necessitate a paid version of Slack. And don't get me wrong, Slack is a fantastic program. I like it. But Discord is better for my purposes, and probably for yours. What the hell was I talking about? Oh, yes. Micromanagement. What the hell was the point of this video? I'm still going to post this, but yes. Work from home. Hybrid. Micromanagement. You can't put the people you need to micromanage at work from home or hybrid or whatever. They have to be there. They have to be monitored, or they have to be let go. Okay? The people that enjoy micromanaging, I'm talking about at a manager level, the only time you should micromanage is when you need to. And you know what? That's like 5% of the time. That's like when someone is brand new. That's when they need to be micromanaged until they get it. Until you can let the bird go free from the cage. But for the managers out there, and yeah, managers who like have a bunch of work from home or remote people, and they have keyloggers, and they watch their screens, or they track their internet use. Stop. If you can't trust your employees, how do you think they feel about you? Do they trust you? Are they loyal to being watched 24/7 like you're some kind of Orwellian big brother? Probably not. Trust. You hired these people. Why are you hiring people you don't trust? At the end of the day, as long as the work is done and the customer is taken care of, who gives a shit what they were doing on break or in between calls? I'm not saying like they should be doing illegal shit or, watching porn or something. I'm saying if they want to check their Facebook between calls, good. As long as you're not dealing with customer credit card numbers or other private sensitive information, who cares? Now, if you are dealing with customer information like that, there's some other stuff you have to do with the work from home stuff, okay? Like, you want to look into like having VPNs and all that jazz, which you can Google that shit, is fine. And don't let them have cell phones on the floor, and it's a tough situation with work from home if you have to follow those compliance things. So, whatever. But this is getting too long. But anyway, work from home, hybrid. Thank you, COVID, for pushing that along. It's beautiful. And cultures can be made, cultures can be strengthened through Discord, through Slack, through video calls, all that stuff. And I read a kind of a alarming thing on LinkedIn earlier where Zoom gaffes can now get employees fired for messing up on a video call. What are we doing? 1 out of every 4 managers has fired someone for something that happened on Zoom. Okay, so unless what happened on Zoom was like something that you could never get away with in real life or in the office, these 1 in 4 managers need to be fired themselves. All right. So if these people were like jerking off, yeah, fire them. If these people were making lewd comments or making out with their significant other on camera during a restroom break or whatever, they forgot to turn their camera off or they didn't mute themselves, yeah, okay, cool, right? But other than that, what the fuck are you guys doing? Ugh, gosh. And this has just turned into a ridiculous rant. I'm not going to post this on LinkedIn. I hope that you find it on my YouTube channel. But, sheesh. What the fuck is wrong with everyone? Work from home, hybrid centers are here to stay. And all these assholes that are pushing people to get back into the office is because they only have investments in commercial properties, by and large, or they're micromanagers, or they just don't trust their employees at all. Again, why did you hire them if you don't trust them? Why do you keep them if you can't trust them? Maybe the issue is you. Maybe you can think about that. It's just sad. It's just really freaking sad. Micromanagers, first of all, need to not be in business anymore. All right. And if you're the kind of person that loves micromanaging, stop. Get therapy. You're not going to become a successful leader by micromanaging your employees. All that energy you're wasting, all that time you're consuming that you're charging your employer for, you're wasting company resources by micromanaging these people who, if you got out of the way, most likely would be able to do it themselves, and maybe even better than when you're standing over their shoulder. I don't get it. I don't get it, guys, at all. And maybe that's okay. I'm not that kind of leader. I'm not 100% hands off, but I refuse to micromanage somebody. I train them until they cannot be trained anymore. And if they need help, of course, I'll help. That's not micromanaging. I will help until the cows come home. But if after a month of them asking the same questions, or them have to have me or someone else guide them through every step of the job day after day, and they won't do anything if we're not there, I made a really shitty hiring choice. That's on me. That's when they have to go. I and my leadership team do not have time to deal with that. We need to be looking at the whole picture, not just focusing on one asshole who refuses to get it. And maybe it's not their fault. Maybe it's not. And it really isn't. It's mine. So I did the hiring. Obviously, I didn't see this in the interview, and I made a mistake. I let the team down. Because while this person is being walked through everything and being micromanaged and being scrutinized because they're going to make a mistake if they're not, the rest of the team has the likelihood of being ignored. And that ain't cool. That ain't right. So, if you want to keep these people that need to be constantly micromanaged, constantly helped, first of all, don't have them work from home. Because nothing's going to get done. Second, either get rid of them, retrain them, or I guess if they're related to you or to the owner of your company, sit them near a member of the senior staff and apologize profusely for it. Ain't nothing like nepotism in the office. So, work from home, remote, hybrid, all good stuff, right? All good. Building a company culture while remote. I'm not going to say it's easy because building a good company culture is never easy. It's not impossible. And in fact, people have been doing it since EverQuest came out and probably King's Quest. So, it's not new, right? There have been companies from inception that were all remote and they have culture. So, and this is pre-COVID. Learn from them. There's a few studies done about guilds in World of Warcraft and the leadership styles in them. They're worth reading, all right? Google. And I'm going to end it here because this is almost 20 minutes long, and I meant for it to be 5. And no, I'm not going to edit it. So, that's it. I still don't know what the original purpose of this was.